Now let's talk with Executive Director of America First Works, Ashley Hayek. Ashley, welcome to Victory News.
Thank you for having me.
So IRS whistleblower Gary Shapley testifies that U.S. Attorney in charge of Hunter's investigation, David Weiss, wanted to bring charges in D.C. but was denied by the Department of Justice. Now Speaker McCarthy is moving on a larger impeachment inquiry about Garland weaponizing the Department of Justice against political opponents. Is this just the tip of the iceberg with the greater Obama-Clinton-Biden scandal?
Yes, absolutely it is. So let's just unpack what we've learned this past week. During the Obama administration, you had Hillary Clinton, who was serving in that administration, leverage her power against her political opponent, Donald Trump. And that was with everything that we learned with the Durham report on Crossfire Hurricane. Then during this time, you have the Vice President, Joe Biden's son, Hunter Biden, who's leveraging his family's power in order to make millions of dollars that the Obama DOJ and the FBI were aware of. And that carried on into today with the DOJ doing investigations. The left is saying that there is no evidence to that proves this case. However, the evidence is there. You have the whistleblowers, you have the text messages. The banks even flagged the transactions as fraud, potential fraud or money laundering, and so the bank accounts were shut down. You have numerous examples of how this DOJ has overlooked so many pieces of evidence. They've tried to muzzle the IRS whistleblowers. But one more thing, this is not just about, President Joe Biden or Hunter Biden. This goes a lot deeper than that. For 2 years, since this president came into office and since Merrick Garland became the head of the DOJ, we've had pro-life fathers that were prosecuted for praying and for outside of a abortion clinic. You have parents who are called domestic terrorists at school board meetings. You have protesters who are being prosecuted for attending the wrong rally. I mean, across the board, you've seen such an egregious overstep from this Department of Justice.
Yeah, it seems like they've been attacking the American citizens rather than keeping us safe. Now, to that point, the National Center for Education Statistics testing results have revealed that test scores in reading and math among 13-year-old children have fallen to the levels equivalent to 1990. Students taking algebra have dropped by 24 since 2012. Ashley, is this the fault of the teachers union, the Department of Education, COVID? What is this?
It's both. And really, the teachers unions, if you remember, were the ones that were driving the shutdowns the entire time and colluding with the CDC. They have a stranglehold on our children's education. And there has been no path forward on how do we make up for 2 years where our kids were masked and kept out of school, and now they are suffering with their test scores. You know, something anecdotally, I have a 12-year-old, her math scores are horrific. She was at an 80th percentile. Now she's down to a 50th percentile. And that's just over the course of the past year. Now we're seeing with our 5-year-old daughter, she has a speech impediment because she hasn't been able to see people's mouths speaking for the past 2 years. I mean, we have a fundamental problem that the teachers unions would like to see continue because they don't want to do anything proactive for our kids.
No, sad. It's very sad. Nancy Pelosi has offered her take on the Adam Schiff censure in the House last week to Jen Psaki on MSNBC. Here it is.
The word is Donald Trump forces weighed in, and now the vote changed because they're protecting the unpatriotic, unscrupulous behavior of Donald Trump.
So is this a little conspiratorial, or do you think that Trump somehow has a shadow government censure for Adam Schiff?
To retirement already. I'm kind of done with her. I wish we could have done more with Adam Schiff. We should make sure that he can never sit on anything where he has access to classified information ever again. The censure, as far as I'm concerned, was probably not enough. But she's just, that woman's ridiculous.
Okay. Speaking of ridiculous, you like pizza, right? I like pizza.
Yes.
New York City Department of Environmental Protection has drafted new rules that would order pizzerias who use the classic baking method of coal-fired ovens to slice their carbon emissions up to 75%. So here's the deal. That'll kill pizza. Do you think New Yorkers would prefer the police enforce the law on the subway or make pizza outlawed, illegal?
Well, now they're not going to have the crime reduced in their city. They're going to have increased crime and really expensive pizza. So I'm just saying you're going to have a lot of hungry criminals out there.
A lot of hungry criminals. Ashley, thank you so much. Back to you in just a moment.
Thank you.
Leave my pizza alone. Mike?
Greg.